So, there was a comment that, before we get started into all the tea, there was a comment that someone had left. Somebody's baby boomer ass grandma left a comment. And they erased the comment because, of course I got smart. But, bitch, don't erase the comment. Stand on what the fuck you said. Anyhow, the comment was, I don't understand why we're stressing about these DL men. Like, what are we crying about these DL men for? Like, I don't get it. Shaking my head. And I wanted to shine some light on some things as, like, I guess I wrap up my dating series on YouTube. So, basically, these past couple of months have been absolutely crazy to look in hindsight of where I was mentally and emotionally in, September, October, December, January, compared to where I am now. Life just feels like it just comes at you just fast as fuck. As I was saying earlier, that this is the end of my dating series. Because some things is for some people, some things are just not. And I think that dating is one of those things that I think that is just not for me. And, like, I tried to do what everybody else was doing, and it doesn't work for me. And that's something that I'm okay with. The comment that the bitch left on YouTube I just thought was very interesting. Everybody's been telling me about my expression on YouTube or whatever, I guess, but I started doing these diaries or whatever have you because when I was excited that I felt like a girl like me was starting to get, like, loved out loud. And not only that, like, I was starting to build, like, a roster and a rotation, and, things start to look a lot different than what they used to look like. So I felt like there's nobody talking about what's the reality of, like, women like myself who is putting themselves out there. So let's get into the tea. So basically, there was just, like, this whole thing with boyfriend number one, and you already know, like, we was dealing with each other for years or whatever. But, like, the past 2 years, we got, like, real serious, right? And I don't know. He said some things to me that made me just feel like, let me kind of just have my hand out. You know what I mean? Because it feels like you have your mind made up about the life that you want. You want children from a woman who's cisgendered, who birthed them. That's your wife, that's the parent of, your child, the mother of it. Like, you want that dynamic. So, on my birthday, so I just was acting accordingly. I get so clammy when I talk about this shit. And I feel so embarrassed to have been on the internet talking about these niggas, bragging about these situations to my family and my friends, and because it wasn't all bad. Like, I talk about some of the things that, like, may have been shitty, but, like, I wouldn't be talking about these niggas if, like, I wasn't feeling some type of fulfillment. But I feel embarrassed to feel, like, played and then, like, not know any better, and then, like, had game ran on me, and me being butthurt and, like, basically have to charge it to the game, and, like, people just move on while you're stuck with the trauma. Like, I would never do this ever, 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 ever again. I don't care. I don't care how crazy it sounds. Like, anywho, on my birthday, I found out that boyfriend number one basically was cheating on me. And it had been for a hot little second. And so me and him been arguing for like 2 months. Cause I'm like, some weird shit going on. And the crazy thing about like the trust and shit like that, like, you stay on me damn near 5 nights out of the week and lying to my face. I mean, lying to my face, and we sleeping face to fucking face, and you lying to me. I'm asking you shit that I'm on the money about. I'm on the money, bitch. Y'all know I'm fucking psychic. Y'all know I'm psychic. And once I start getting them motherfucking tingles, bitch, them FBI fingers got the... Bitch, who you think you fucking with? Don't fuck. My throat is clamming up so bad because I feel my emotions getting the best of me. Anyhow, me and him going back and forth, and then it was like this thing where I felt like, how could you do this to me? Like, make it up to me. You owe me. Make it up to me. He basically was like, along the lines like, he wasn't going to stop entertaining her, essentially, because I pushed him away, and like, I'm this and I'm that, and like, just all this crazy stuff. And I just felt like a rug was like swept underneath my feet, because I'm thinking to myself, shit is sweet, shit good. Oh my God, I am so sorry, y'all. I'm like, how long would you have kept this going had I not found out? And I found out in the worst way. Oh my God. My makeup is on. So he butt dials me. And I can hear their conversation as he's leaving. And the worst part about it was like he was skipping and singing to the car. But when he leaves me, he's so angry and just pissed all the time. That broke my heart. But after it was all said and done, and I put a pin in that. Basically, I'm like, oh, you owe me. Make it up to me. Give me some flowers. I want an apology. Da da da. He basically was like, I'm gonna do it because I don't want no one to know about you. And bust, oh my God. And bust so many words. So here I am thinking that he's gonna make it up to me. I'm a fucking guy. I'm sorry. I had to gather myself. Basically, anybody who knows me knows, well, y'all don't, but my sibling died on my birthday, in like a absolutely tragic way, unexpectedly. So my birthday has never been the same. So for basically all of this to transpire on my birthday at that was absolutely ridiculous. And it just felt like a spit in my face. Okay. I forgot where I was. I'm at the point where I'm just irritated with everything that's going on. I had to record this shit like 8 times. The fucking background noise, just the timing. Energetically, it took so much to fucking do my fucking makeup and fucking want to get on here and fucking record this shit. Like, so I'm just gonna get to the bottom line of what the fuck is just going on, because I don't even have the patience to go through all the fucking rigmarole, because mentally I'm so jaded that I'm trying to like get up and get back on my shit and like XYZ, because realistically motherfuckers don't give a fuck. Bitches is on to the next bitch. Anywho, as the situation was going on with boyfriend number 1, and I guess, you know, he was saying whatever he was saying, and, you know, the situation happened. I felt like, you know, I just felt really, really weird about the situation. I felt like he was so, I'm like, oh my God, like this person is like making it up to me because like they love me, they got love for me, this and that. And I feel like it was more so, this person is so ashamed of me, so embarrassed of me, that they're willing to do anything to like shut me up. Now with the young boy, like, me and him on the phone, so the situation happened with him. So he posted bitch or whatever on Instagram. I was like, and I said, how ironic. I said, God is funny. I call this motherfucker because, bitch, I don't play them games. I don't play them games. I called this motherfucker. And I said, what the fuck, what are you on? What the fuck is going on? I'm missing something. So basically, you know, he was like, oh, he didn't know what type of time he was on. And then from when I was supposed to come see him, I guess because I didn't come see him, then she came to come see him or whatever have you. I don't know if it was like a bitch from the past. And let me tell you one thing, Mercury retrograde is so real. Y'all can't tell me astrology is not fucking real. Like, this transit really showed me, like, bitch, it cleared house. Friends, lovers, family, bitch, it cleared house. And let's stick to the topic. So he like whatever. So I'm going back and forth with him. Like, I just was in like a state of shock because I'm just going through with the nigga I'm in love with. And then like the nigga who's essentially like my rebound who I do care about. But he like basically was like, oh, I'm on to the next bitch, like I new bitch. And I'm just like winded because I'm like, hold on. So the whole time that you called me talking about you miss me and you're homesick and you want to rekindle and this is and the third and blah 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 blah. You want me to come see you and like you can't, like it would be doing us a disservice to like not be in each other's lives, and he doesn't want to be one of those girls that like he just invests in and never speak to again and blah 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 blah. Like, I really took a lot of what he was saying like personal and like to heart because I was like, I don't let people in, you know? And like I reassured and like I kept asking, are you sure? Are you sure like this is the lifestyle that you want? Like, you know. And it felt like he was like confident in being like with me in a sense. But then it was like it was just so much. And then I reflect back on everything and I feel like I look so fucking foolish to begin on the internet talk about niggas who could fucking care less about me, care less about what I got going on. I'm not gonna say boyfriend number one didn't fucking care about me, but I feel like when it comes to the politics of who I am and what's going on, he like, bitch, I'd rather eat fucking chalk than stand in the storm with you. And that absolutely broke my heart because when it was all said and done and I crashed out, it was like both these niggas were like siding with the women. And it was like because they're cisgender. And then boyfriend number two, first of all, boyfriend number one was like, it was just crazy because he tried to like paint me out to be like, once I called him and I called everybody out and I skissed the fuck out, he tried to paint me out to be like this crazy bitch that like I was just some like random bitch almost. And the thing about it is like they didn't clock my tea, which was so funny because I know his heart was beating out his fucking chest the entire time because that's what he was thinking and all this other stuff or whatever have you, and like that's what the argument was about this entire time. But I guess to see how scared, how disturbed, and it made me disgusted with myself almost. And to think like being with me is so low that like you will go to the extreme to get rid of me in order for me to like not say anything. So then I said something about all these other bitches that I felt like, you know, I felt in comparison to when he would say little things, so I started clocking them, and then he started like skipping out as if like his secret was gonna like call them and put him on blast, and like this is supposed to be his future wife, so like I just felt like even these old bitches you don't even deal with no more, bitches that you talking about or like you talking bad about, you would rather throw me under the bus in order to still like save face for them and with them because they're cisgender. Bitches that I'm more successful than, bitches I'm prettier than, and like they're like that shit don't matter. Boyfriend number two, he like me and him on the phone, we going back and forth, and I'm like that is so fucking crazy. Like that bitch gotta go. Like, you know, like that bitch gotta go. Like you fucking snap. Like why would you think that like I would be friends with a nigga that's already my nigga and then been my nigga? What are you talking about? So he's like, oh, this is and the third. Basically, you know, like they rekindled and you know this and the third. He like, yeah, she got a son. I'm like, this bitch eggs been cracked. Okay, this bitch been pussy been popped. And I feel like no matter how successful I am, no matter how pretty I am, no matter the body, the this, the that, like the face, like that is just a bridge that I will never get over. And the minute that they're done playing hide and go seek, and the minute that they're done experimenting and trying something different, they go back to what society deems normal friend people that they can brag about with their friends and that they can openly talk about with their friends, and this is that and the third, and like this whole situation absolutely, every time I talk about it, I feel grandma. This whole situation absolutely broke my heart. Like, I have never wailed so much in my life. And it's not about the people, because I've dealt with rejection before. Like, growing up when you're different, like, you've dealt with rejection before. But the fact that I'm giving my love to these people in these places that I'm thinking is safe isn't. I have these people around my family, my loved ones. I'm introducing them. I'm bragging about the things and the places and the trips and stuff that we're doing and going. And the whole time, like, this is like a first for me. And I'm like, oh my God, my first love. And like, this is like a first, like, boyfriend for me. Whole time. I'm just a secret. I'm something to be ashamed of. I'm not even something that they desire when a bitch that they really want with the person, body, and lifestyle that they really want come along. Like, they're gonna leave me for dead. And there is no feeling to explain that. Like, when the first thing happened with boyfriend number one, I was like already distraught. Like, and I'm like crying in his arms. Like, I mean, like crying to this man constantly. I mean, over and over. I mean, I've never cried so much to somebody in my life. And he still said, fuck you in the worst way on my birthday. And when I think about the gravity and the pain, about like how heavy that shit is, and like my birthday isn't even about me anymore. The one day a year. And I'm like, why would you hurt me this day? Like, you didn't want to be around me. So, the gravity of all of these situations happening at once, it made me realize that I needed to wake up and I needed to be fucking for real about who I am in society and what life and love looks like for us. I love my community and I would love to have a black relationship, right? But I'm just looking at the dynamics, and if I were to ever find someone to love me out loud, I don't think it's gonna be a black man. And it's just the politics. Oh, me and the boy going back and forth, right? And I'm like, I guess that I was irritating him so much about like, you gotta cut that bitch off. But basically, he was hitting me with like low blows. Like, he was saying something, but my ears was registering something different. He was like, oh, the sky is blue. But I heard, bitch, you fat, stinking ass motherfucking bitch. Your neck is fat. Okay? So he said something. I heard, bitch, I like this bitch more than you. So I said that. I said, well, bitch, say that. Stand on it. Be a man. Stand on it. Fuck. He like, well, yeah, I was trying to feel me, yeah. And then he went to go as far as my skin complexion and was like that. He likes, with him being like dark skinned, he has colorism affecting him, and like he likes light skinned women. My just bitch is only a couple shades lighter than me. Then like he was saying like, oh, like, and what really killed me about boyfriend number two was that I felt like he would go so far to hurt me that he was like, yeah, well, dig this, me and her flying back anyway, so me and her supposed to be flying back on the 26th, so yeah. I was like, so basically you stand on the business of never seeing me again, never, like, you basically saying fuck me. And I'm like, I asked him, I was like, am I insufferable? Like, there's something wrong? He's like, no, 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 on the contrary, like, all this other stuff. And this was before we got into like, dispute or whatever. But it still stands. We know the real reason why. We know the real reason why. And the fact that bitch got a kid. The other bitch, she looked like a fucking chipmunk. The other bitch, this bitch is this, that, and the third, and like, she looked fucking deranged. And it's like, no matter how polished I am, no matter how successful I am, how educated I am, these things don't matter when you don't give your significant other social capital. And that's just the real in our world. And I feel like I was being a fucking fool, being naive, like, thinking that, oh my god, like, it's gonna happen for me and I'm gonna, like, defeat the odds. And mind you, got my birth chart read. And two things. I feel like it's two things. I feel like one is the whole trans thing and, like, being excluded from society and not really having the experiences, so being a late bloomer, being naive, so you kind of got to get fucked up in order to experience. But for me, bitch, this was one and done. Boyfriend number two, I let slip through my fucking fingers because I was like, oh my god, like, I'm being loved out loud, like for real, like shown off, taken out, this is in the third, like I've never felt like so in my cunt, so in my womanhood ever in my life. And it felt amazing. So to be on this extreme high, and then now I'm on like this extreme low. I can't even go back and rewatch those videos because I look like a fucking fool. And everybody's like, I was learning a lesson and da. But like the trauma that I have to live with, and it's always explaining to boyfriend number one. I was like, it's not fair to me that you knew, you knew, you knew, you knew, and you still allowed me to go through that, and you still said fuck me. You poured my heart out for both these niggas, and you think they said anything? So I charged it to the game because I know what it is at the end of the day. But for me to sit there, like, y'all don't understand the heaviness of it. So now I'm like, I'll never let a nigga get close to me on some romantic shit ever again. Ever again. Because the second thing, before I get into the TikTok, I got my birth chart read. And from this bitch overseas, and I talk about it all the time because in my mind I'm like, oh my god, like there's something wrong with me. Like, is the trans thing really that deep to where like nobody desired me, nobody, this is that and the third or whatever have you. And it's hard to find quality men because everybody fetishizes, you're a fetish to everyone. The bitch overseas said July, she was like, oh, like basically my career's gonna look good, but my love life is not gonna look good, and it's not gonna look good for a long time, and this, that, and the third, and at some point someone can come in and show me love, and it's gonna be really, really good, and then they're gonna move on to somebody else, and then July 2025 is not gonna look good for you at all, this, that, and the third. Let me tell you something. July of 2025 was the worst fucking month of my life. So, that's where we are. Not speaking to either one of them, it got really, really intense because boyfriend number one went as far as to say he was going to call the cops on me because, like, I was so stern on holding him accountable, right? Holding him accountable for my feelings because like, what it was is that, like, they was gonna do me dirty and then, like, run off to the next bitch, like, oh, I don't owe you nothing, like, I don't owe you nothing. You was never that to me. Like, this is that and third. And now I'm sitting here broken hearted because I'm like, I'm sitting at Thanksgiving with this man, with my family. I'm sitting at fucking Christmas with this man. And now, like, I'm thinking, like, these niggas is loving me, and, like, they love me, and they see me. And I'm, like, thinking, God, like, somebody wants to fight this storm. And, like, let me tell you something. Like, that second one got my hopes up so fucking, oh my God. I can't even talk about this shit without fucking crying. I swear to God. Y'all. I feel like it really affected me. Because I didn't want to believe that this was like life. And like I would be like cursed or something. I see other black women of the trans experience on Facebook in the community. They're going to do the same fucking shit. You think that they're in relationships and they're being loved out loud. They're not. They are not. I read in between the lines. They're not. So it just worries me. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just be numb to this shit at this point moving forward. I have never let anybody get fucking close to me ever. The fuck again, and to feel discarded, and to feel like